Okay, welcome back to episode 2. I wanted to start this off with something that is quite rare. Um, there we go. That's 109 divination. Only 3.5 million XP to 110. Okay. Um, yeah, so that's the plan. What's the plan for today? I've got kind of three different routes I want to go down, three different approaches I want to have. One thing I was thinking about is maybe have clue scrolls in every episode, but that's a lot of caskets and that's a lot to commit to. So I'm unsure about that. I might get some done. I've got some caskets waiting, but I don't know how big I want to leave that. The second thing is the obvious one that's going to be carrying on from last episode is thieving. I just want to keep pushing that. In terms of the Czar stuff, I've got maybe 10k techie. That's 10k out of the 30k needed, so that's just going to be a bunch of AFKing, which is fine, but when I want to be active, I can do heists. And the third thing is I was thinking, I mean, right, our group is called Questicles, isn't it? So I wanted to start maybe knocking out some Master Quest Cape achievements. Obviously, I'm way off getting that because of all the dungeoneering requirements to start with. But maybe tackle one or two in an episode. Why not? So the next clip, who knows what it'll be? It could be one of those three things. It won't be the clues, I'll tell you that right now. But it might be one of the other two things. But yeah, I'll see you in that one. Well, I don't think I fully talked about my thieving setup here, but this is, the runes for Crystal Mask. I've got a bunch of super prayer renewals that I just, spam with a hotbar so it doesn't interrupt the pickpocketing. And this is the loadout, the master one, the bag, something with wise, Grace of the Elves, Lock of the Doors, standard thing in the aura, which by the way, can't wait for auras to be out the game. I'm just going to be throwing that one out there. Yeah, as you can see, obviously I'm pickpocketing the gobies right now. I'm going to hit 105 in just a second. That's mainly because I'm making food, and once I've eaten the food, I might just disband and go to heist, and then kind of see what's going on over there. But there's 105. Obviously, I still need quite a lot of goby pickpocketing. I think you can get away without getting caught without Crystal Mask when you're 108, but that's quite a lot of XP. I may or may not be done. But so yeah, the next clip will probably just be heists, if I were to guess.
Well, I just wanted to show some loot kind of coming in here from some heists. Obviously, this is a bit of a voiceover, and we've got 106 thieving there. I've been enjoying heists, as you can see from all these loots flashing up. I believe by the end of these screenshots, that gets me to roughly 25 KC-ish. Don't quote me on that. But I enjoyed it, and I had a kind of moment going from here where I had to move on, and I'm like, oh no, wait, I need to do tiers. It was about this point, as I'm exiting the cave, I was like, wait a minute, I don't actually know what my lowest skill is anymore. So, just taking a guess, and it turns out it's woodcutting, so tiers going on woodcutting doesn't feel that useful. And there's my duo getting some wrist wraps. We already had some, but of course he has to get spooned in every way. So I'm going to go back to some live clips now.
I'm recording the end of this one is because this is my 25th vault KC, I guess, if you want to call it that. Yeah, and the loot's... I've kind of shown all the loot and probably a slideshow rapid fire. I don't know what I've done. Little montage, call it whatever you want. I think I'm going to go finish this aura up at Gobi, so the next clip's going to be 107 thieving, almost certainly. And then I don't really know what to do from there. I'll kind of figure it out as I go. Because I wanted to do clues, but the update has completely broken the clue solver on Alt 1, so I don't want to do clues now. Just FYI.
It's another bit of a voiceover clip here. It's just 107 thieving coming in. I don't really want to do live moments for this because I'm kind of hardcore AFK, so I'm just kind of capturing it on the side. But we did move on from this. As with our doing, we went to dungeoneering for a little bit, and this happened. We got a Hex Hunter bow. The original plan was I get it, but then my duo started crying that he wanted it, so ultimately I did give this to him. Just to fill you in the loops, we did a bit of DG.
Well, I mean, like I said at the beginning of the episode, I wanted to do clues, but then again, like I also said, Alt 1's totally broken and clues are kind of miserable to do. So I'm just gonna do what I have. It's not many, and when Alt 1 fixes, I'll want to do more. I know I will, but in the meantime, we're just gonna go through this. I'm not hoping for anything because the reward I want comes from a master, so just kind of roll with this and just get forts after forts after forts. I don't know why I had. Oh, these easies will be from penguins, I imagine. I guess forts are still roughly a mil. I guess that's never gonna change. And that's the end of the easies. Okay. Kinda go for it, and you can never re-roll a master clue. And right, this clue carrier needs to go. Right. Puzzle skip tickets, you can't re-roll the. See, why? Right, whatever. So this is gonna be such a scuffed clip. Fort, not fort. I'll take a die or something, or 4 puzzle skip tickets. Yeah, like I said, there's nothing I'm hoping for from hearts. I guess collection logs. And running out of bank space. Can I open these? Yeah. A collection log. Oh my god. I think I'm missing something because I don't have the bank space for this. Hang on, give me a second. Okay, I cleared out some bank space. Next time I will be more prepared, but yeah, that was kind of misery. 9 more. Got some forts out of it. Don't know how many. I was kind of rushing, clearing my bank out, so who knows. But these clues are miserable. I've got to have quite. What is that? Amulet of Fury. Okay. Can't reroll a master. Can reroll that. And finally, right. Okay. So that's the clues. Not amazing, I know. When Alt 1's fixed, I promise I'll come back and get some better things. As for what I'm moving on to now, don't know, because dungeoneering was just a little stint. You just saw that little clip of the bow. That's not a plan. I don't want to stick to that. I hate it. So I just remembered that this is a thing. I have all this XP. Wait, what? I have resources. Contribute all resources. Yeah, okay, whatever. So if I mix this, 80,000 XP, yeah, I've got a level. So I'll probably come back with a level. But I know you can get dinosaurs from this. We're missing a male Bagrata. We've only got females, and I'm the only one with the farming level, but we're not able to do that whole big dinosaur thing. I can't remember if it's for Vuln bombs or if it's for those life potion things or bottled roars. I don't know. I've not looked into it. I know that we were only a few pieces off of a blowpipe, which now that I'm saying that out loud doesn't matter because we have that Gloomfire bow. Yeah, okay. I guess nothing interesting's gonna happen. I'll just show you when I get the level, I suppose. Not gonna do it. Can't be bothered. First of all, gonna break those, but I'll actually get the level just by claiming these rewards. There we go. 103, which means the Vuln bombs that we'll never use because we don't do PVM very much. I swear this is relevant, I guess, but no, I don't think it is. I will be going away for a few days, so clips are basically going to be non-existent. I might be able to AFK something on my phone, but I'll probably set up fishing or something along those lines just to AFK on the side. Yeah, there probably won't be too many clips. I've got a few hours of playing before I have to go away. Maybe something crazy will happen, but I wouldn't bank on that. Okay, very quickly, since I'm getting ready to go away for the weekend, and if I AFK at all, it'll just be on the phone, so no recording. I very quickly went and got Preservationist 5 on my Matic, and to go along with the Hone 6. So, and according to the wiki, that's what you do. I don't know. Yes, the point of this clip is to capture one final level before I go away. I mean, I won't get one whilst I'm away because it's a bunch of XP and all I'm going to be doing is digging. But, wait, what? Oh, come on. Well, pretend I got a level there, okay? Because I'm going to AFK from now, so I'll be back in a few days.
108 archaeology. 108? No. 101 archaeology. Woo!
And this is just a small one. I mean, I'm doing some POF on the background. I'm not hardcore doing it because I don't want to burn out from this type of stuff. But 108 farming from checking my dragon, that probably gives me something. I don't know. It's 108 farming though. Kinda happy. Settings on the new microphone. So I'm testing to see how the audio quality is going to be. I've messed with a few different things. And obviously in the background, going to get a level, which just popped up. 108 thieving. It's pretty good, so I think that means I can pickpocket these guys now without the aura on, which is good moving forward, but at this exact moment doesn't really make a difference. So I'm going to use this clip no matter what, so the quality might be all over the place, but I'll move forward and kind of adjust it from there. But yeah, 108 thieving and also new microphone. With these two artifacts, which is going to take 12 seconds, which means I don't need to do a voiceover, that will be 102 archaeology, which I think I was asking the duo and he had no idea. I think the next one, so that's 102. I think the next place will give me the two other pieces. I need to just spam a bunch of locks because I have a ton of these. And one of the rewards is just flat out chronotes. So if that's the case, handing in a ton of these will give me a ton of chronotes and maybe just flat out complete the master archaeology outfit, maybe? What do you think? A slightly longer clip because I'm kind of wanting to track what I'm doing. I'm kind of jumping between activities / skills, mostly between archaeology and thieving, which you've seen. We're gonna hit 109 thieving here, and I'm still doing heist, and I'm still swapping between the gobies. With the gobies, I've got enough techie right now, I believe, for one ability, but I'm not gonna bother buying them until I can afford both, and then it's jumping back and forth. With a lot of my AFK downtime, there's the loot. With a lot of my AFK downtime, I'm just doing some digging, getting materials, getting that stuff done. I should be able to get the master archaeology outfit fairly soon. If I hardcore AFK the 102 spot, I should be able to hand in a bunch of collections, and I believe they give 5k chronotes each. In terms of anything else, I'm still not sure. I don't really want to end this episode without something quite a banger, so maybe the end of the episode could be heist getting a drop. That would be cool, but I'm not promising that because, you know, spooning is not really something I get done. But yeah, 109 thieving, a bunch of stuff, and just gonna keep going. So I handed in a bunch of the stuff I was digging up for archaeology. So I did a bunch of these artifacts. Obviously I have more of these just to hand it in for chronotes, and I handed in a ton. I've got 128k chronotes. Obviously that's only a little over half towards the master outfit, and also a little over half towards the Matic, but I'm going to do the outfit first regardless. Also along the way, got these. Where's this one? I also got the fragments for the Holy Aggro Overload, which I've wanted for a while, so I mean, yeah, now we have that. That's all great. And in this with the level as well. So there is, what is that, 129 invention? Obviously it doesn't do anything for me, and I saved a siphon apparently. But yeah, I'm close to 103 archaeology, which I guess will happen at some point soon. I set this as a level target down there, you can see it, but I don't know why. I can't figure out for the life of me why, so if anyone has any ideas why I set this target a long time ago, let me know. But yeah, bunch of chronotes that obviously I can't use till I get Guildmaster anyway, and 129 invention. What I'm probably going to end this episode with, since it doesn't feel like I'm going to get a banger clip to end it with, I'm probably going to blast out some Master Quest Cape requirements, maybe get 1 or 2 done, and then we'll call it there. This probably sums up what I wanted to do, but here's a massive list of my Master Quest Cape requirements. Some of these are much harder than the other ones. For example, there's a 119 dungeoneering requirement in here. I don't have that, but here is my list. Okay, so gonna begin with getting an archaeology level, which is 103, which is important because that's the first dig site that lets me get potentially the spear tip, which isn't going to happen, but at least there comes with a chance. And I'm going to be able to hand this in, get a bunch more chronotes that I still obviously can't use because, well, the fact that I'm not guildmaster and I'm still about 250 excavations away from that. And like I said, I wanted to end this with some kind of bang, but instead of a kind of bang, I guess I'm just going to go down the route of blasting out maybe 5 Master Quest Cape requirements, and I'm pretty sure 103 lets me do a special research. So hopefully I'm going to follow this up with 5 Master Quest Cape things, and then we'll kind of end it there. Okay, before I start talking about what's going on in the background here, let me just apologize if you hear any cars going past in the background. Sometimes this just happens, but yeah, here is the beginning of my Master Quest Cape stuff. So this is the first one. I believe this one's called a bug in a system. I just kind of had to come to the Scabarite Cavern, click on the table, read a note. Not very taxing at all. The second one I decided to do was this curator one, which honestly, just if you read the page, it's easy enough. If you decide that you don't need to read and you can skip ahead, it takes a lot longer than you need it to. The third one, this had to do with the broomstick. You just take it to a bunch of witches across Galenor, get them to enchant it, and then you immediately destroy it after. This one, I believe, you had to do like some fake clue scroll. Basically, you just end up digging at Ramonia here, getting a thing, clicking it, unlocking the cosmetic. This one, however, took a little bit more time. You had to dig up a certain item, you had to do a little bit of a pseudo-mystery. But yeah, that's 5 requirements blasted out. I would like to thank you for watching this episode. We got a lot done, and it's nice to be started on the Master Quest Cape requirements. Obviously, that's an extremely long-term goal. We ended with a bunch of random levels here and there, but thieving is probably still going to be the main goal, but I'm not going to sit there and show loot from all the times. I'll either A, go with milestones, or B, just go with drops. The plan is to hopefully get the staff and the mask at least before 114 and moving on to the next heist, but another bow wouldn't be the end of the world either. But yeah, so see you in the next one.